Hey everybody, Charles for HumbleMechanic.com. This is episode 26 of the Humble Mechanic Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about budgeting and managing your money while you're on flat rate. Out of all the years and classes of automotive training that I have, this is probably the area that I find lacks among the top anyway. Flat rate's a really volatile system. You can have a great week one week and then get crushed the next week. You know, one bad day can ruin an entire week. One bad week can ruin an entire month. Next thing you know, you're not making your mortgage payments. So I want to try and give you guys some of the things that I do personally to sort of manage that roller coaster. This is not a show all about flat rate. I've already done that. You can check that out. I'll make sure I put a link in the show notes for you about that. Before we get really rocking and rolling, I need to tell you that I'm not, as much of a surprise as it may be, a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So if you try this stuff and it doesn't work for you, I'm really sorry, but it's, I'm a technician. I fix cars for a living, so I don't give people financial advice. I just need to put that out there in case anybody has a problem. Not my fault. So we also know we need to make money, right? We need to work flat rate. We need to be a good technician. We need to be an honest technician. All stuff for another show. This is specifically, again, about managing that money once it's ours. First up, this is the hardest / easiest one, and that's buy tools smart. The first year of being a technician is very expensive when it comes to tools, especially if you're starting out with nothing, right? Toolbox like this is probably $6,000 new. Buying used tools and toolboxes especially is a great way to save some money on it. I only paid $900 for this thing on Craigslist, so you can really save a ton on getting used toolboxes. Used tools I'm a little iffy with, especially when it's from somewhere like a pawn shop. If it's on the tool truck, I feel really good about it. Most of the tool truck guys are really good, really honest people. Despite some of the funny names I know you guys have for them, they're there to do their thing, and taking care of us helps them. So buy tools smart. Use boxes when you can. Make lists. I was really bad about this when I was a young technician, and looking back, I wish I would have been better at it. And that's just write down throughout the week the tools that you need. Then you can either, go on the tool truck if it's something that you need to buy from the truck. If it's something you can buy online, buy it online. So this Streamlight flashlight that I carry with me all the time, this one, you can see where it rubs my pocket knife. They're like $20 on Amazon. On the tool truck, they're like $30. Now, the tool truck one might say Matco on this side and Streamlight on the other side, but who cares? It's a flashlight. So if it's something that's not branded from the truck, like a Snap-on wrench, look on Amazon because you can usually get it quite a bit cheaper. And I know the tool truck guys don't want me to say that, but trust me, I buy a ton of stuff on Amazon, and it's really a good way to go, good way to save a couple bucks. So yeah, buy selectively on the truck. You don't need to get everything on there all at once. Try. And I've done it before, so I know how hard it is. Try not to get in debt on the truck. You can rack up thousands and thousands of dollars on the tool truck like that. It's very easy. You get on the truck and you're all excited and there's tools everywhere and it's a really cool environment, and the tool truck drivers are usually pretty high pressure. Mine aren't. They're good guys, but I know we've had some of them that have been, buy this, and they tell you it's only $40 a week, $30 a week, $50 a week, but just think about how much that is a month. It's generally about a car payment, so you don't want to have a car payment worth of monthly payments for a box to put your tools in. So tools is probably the hardest / easiest one out there. The one that we really adopted, we being my wife and I, really adopted early on in my career was living below our means. I make a really good living fixing cars, but, I don't live all the way past that. We figured out what bills we could afford if I made $40 an hour, or excuse me, $40 an hour, I wish, $15 an hour at 40 hours a week, so that if for some reason I got hurt or something happened and I had to take an extreme pay cut, we'd be able to afford everything. So think about what you made as a young technician at a very low hour per week rate and try and live off of that, base it to 35 to 40. Like I said, we used 40. at $15 an hour. And I can tell you I make generally more than 40 hours a week, and I do make more than $15 an hour now. So that was a way we were able to really ride out those the slow times, because the shop gets slow, and you only have limited control over some of that. You know, we can do a lot of things like multi-point inspections and really looking cars over well, and a whole bunch of other things. I've done a whole show on what to do when the shop is slow, but we can't control the traffic coming into the door. So we need to make sure that we're saving for the slow times and not dumping all our money on stuff in the good times. I also set up auto deposit out of my weekly check. So, you know, whatever, $100, $50, just right into my savings. I don't have to do anything. It works really well. We've been able to save a ton of money doing that. If you're not online banking, what century do you live in? How are you functioning in the modern world? So set that up. Even $15, you know, they tell you throw $15 a week in your 401k or whatever. $15 a week is very, very, very little unless you're razor thin margins, and it adds up very quick. So that's what I would do. Aside from avoiding tool debt, avoid all the rest of the debt. You know, I had a time where I was an idiot too, man. I must have been 18, 19, 20, something like that. And I got my first credit card and went on vacation with my buddy and bought a bunch of crap and, you know, racked up a bunch of credit card debt and had zero, that much to show for it. And worked really hard to pay it off, sold the car that I drove at the time, and all that was actually in order to be able to afford to go to UTI. So it's probably why I got a lot more out of it than a lot of people. But anyway, you know, just try and avoid that as much as you can. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you want that kind of stuff, you know, find Dave Ramsey, but he yells at everybody for not, or for getting themselves into debt. So his advice on debt is really top notch. So I take it. You can take it if you want. Again, all this is just what I do. If you guys don't want to do it, it's really up to you. But trust me, not having to, you know, kill yourself to make 70 hours a week every week is really nice. And then, like I said before, there's times where it's just plain slow and there's nothing you can do about the cars coming in the door. Also, remember all this when you're thinking about buying that brand new, nice brand new car. I say that as I'm like jonesing for one of those new Jetta, or excuse me, one of those new Golf Sportwagons. Those things are beautiful. Man, sorry, I got caught up thinking about one. Okay, so what else can we do to sort of ride this roller coaster out? We need to know when the slow times are. We also need to know when the busy times are. So like I said, it's a roller coaster, right? Busy time, slow time, busy time, slow time. And we want to just level that out. So let's say this week we have 60 hours. We need to take 20 of those hours worth of pay and put it to the side for next week. Because next week we might only have 20 hours. Well, that's leveled, and now we've averaged 40 hours. But if we spent that extra 20 hours, now we only got 20 hours in the bank. So really, really focus on leveling out all the high and low spots. We want to bring up our lows. You know, we obviously want as many high weeks as we can, but we want to really bring the low weeks up and, you know, avoid them if we can. If we can just make the time, it doesn't become quite as big of an issue. But I'm telling you guys, especially you young guys, there's going to be tough weeks. You senior veteran guys, you guys know there's tough weeks coming. It could be the week of Christmas, next week's Christmas. If you're watching this soon after it came out. Christmas is slow. Usually the day or two before is fairly steady with people going out of town. The day after Christmas is usually really slow. And we want to make sure we, again, level it all out. So that's what I do. You know, pay attention, write down in your calendar when the slow times are. For me, traditionally Christmas, the week of Thanksgiving can be either really good or really bad. I plan for it to be bad. In North Carolina, the week of the state fair, oddly enough, really does affect our business. It hadn't in the past, but this year it really did. When else? Tax season is really tough. Winter is actually our busy time. Winter, like middle winter, middle of summer, are really busy times, but I don't plan for that because summertime could be a hurricane. We could be shut down for 2 weeks. Wintertime, there could be a snowstorm. We could be shut down for a week. We don't know what's going to happen specifically, so we need to make sure that we're trying to level out as much as we can, save as much money as we can, and not be stupid and buy, you know, a $10,000 toolbox. And I say that because I've done it. Well, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I know I dropped a ton of information on you in pretty quick manner, but this is super important stuff. Again, this is things that I think is really lacking in the automotive training world. I remember UTI touches on it, but you're also young and ready to fix cars, so a lot of that stuff gets put on the back burner. But this is super important stuff. I've seen a lot of guys fail and get themselves into financial troubles, bankruptcy and whatnot. And if I can help you guys avoid that, I'd be honored to do it. If you have any questions or comments, if you have some things that you do to sort of manage the flat rate roller coaster, throw them in the comments section, and I'd love to hear them. I know everybody else can try and benefit from them too. If you like the video, throw it a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube or on the blog. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube if you're not watching it on YouTube, on the blog, of course, and I don't know, Instagram, I guess. If you guys find any new social media things, let me know about them, because some of them are cool, some of them I'm kind of over. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a really awesome December. I'm going to take like a little weird Christmas break. I'll probably have 2 videos, Monday, Tuesday, and then take the rest of the week off. We have some family coming into town, but we'll be back rocking and rolling the following week. Again, have any tips, share them in the comments, and I will see you guys next time.